target rendered powerless.
We were able to overcome her after all. But I wonder, didn't she seem unusually tired?
Ugh. First I disgraced myself in Crossbell, and now here? How am I to face my illustrious lord who told me to serve as witness here now?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but...
You've nowhere left to run, Father.
How dare you, Eustace! And you, girl! What do you think you're doing? You will protect me!
Girl? You seem to have greatly misconstrued my reason for being here. The mission assigned to me was to come and watch this fortress fall. No one ever said anything about protecting you.
What? Watch this fortress fall? You thought to abandon me the moment you arrived?
Very much so. Those were Duke Cayenne and Lord Rufus's orders, you see. Besides, my lord would never forgive the odious crimes you have committed. And quite frankly, neither can I. You should be weeping with gratitude I haven't taken my sword to you myself.
No.
There she goes.
So just a really quick throw in there, like, I do want to point that out as like a moment where Jubilee and obviously her superior, which the Iron Maiden I think is what they call her, even though they're members of Ouroboros, they have this like regality to them, which I appreciate, and I'm very, very curious about, and I really hope in 3 and 4 we learn more about them, because I feel like there's this complex duality. There has to be this complex duality between their nobler side that they show at moments like this, and the fact that they're aligned with Ouroboros. But then again, they always kind of leave vague whether Ouroboros is honestly, genuinely evil or not. We think they are. They seem to be. But are they? Because, like, Sharon's a great example of, like, she's an Ouroboros enforcer, but she kind of doesn't work with them, and she does these good things now. So, and it's not like they hunted her down to punish her for it either. So I don't know. It's a very intriguing scenario, but that's a good moment for Jubilee, where they're like, okay, so yeah, you beat Jubilee, but she's still pretty strong, and on top of that, she was never defending Lord Albrea anyway. Like, she was actually sickened by him, which is great. Like, that's a good moment for her. So, okay, sorry for interrupting. Back to the game.
I'm still curious who her lord is, but I suppose now isn't the time.
Go on. The rest is for you to carry out.
I'm well aware. Father... No. Your Grace Duke Helmut Albarea. You are hereby under arrest on suspicion of arson and property damage in Keldic, as well as causing harm to the people of Kreutzen. Please do not attempt to resist.
Duke Albarea was then taken into custody by the hands of his own son, Eustace. After Princess Alpin announced as much to the people of the surrounding area, the Kreutzen Provincial Army ceased hostilities, and the battles taking place around Bereahard City came to an end. Heeding Eustace's orders, the Provincial Army left for Aurochs Fort, meaning that Bereahard would come under the 4th Armored Division's jurisdiction for the time being. Furthermore, the Albarea family mansion was placed under the jurisdiction of the RMP, and Duke Albarea and Scarlet were to be confined there for the time being. Afterwards, the Courageous successfully landed at Bereahard Airport for supplies and maintenance. It was then that Class 7 opted to rest and see how things were faring in the city for themselves. Things should be fine here for the time being, I'd say. Bereahard's technically been removed from the war now that Duke Albarea has been arrested. Granted, the nobles here probably aren't too happy about being under the Imperial Army's jurisdiction. The provincial army's mostly still intact, too. We can't afford to let our guard down just yet. I should go check out how things are in town. Plus, I'm curious about how Eustace and Scarlet are doing. I should pay a visit to the Albarea mansion before heading back to the Courageous. So you know I'm going to be hanging out with Laura, but let's be honest, I was going to hang out with everybody because there's like 12 bonding points, so let's do it. I wonder what's going to happen to Celtic now. Sure, Duke Albarea has been dealt with, but that's not going to heal the sadness in their hearts. And apprehending his own dad isn't exactly going to cheer Eustace up either. He seems pretty down. I wonder if I can do something to cheer him up. I've got an idea. Hey, Elliot, what do you say we head over to that restaurant in the Central Plaza? Which one? The one Eustace's uncle runs. I think it might just cheer you up a bit. Deciding that this was the best way to cheer him up, Rean brought Elliot to the Sorcier restaurant. Once there, they received special permission from Eustace's uncle to go to the VIP floor. What a beautiful melody. That pianist's been in several music magazines, you know? Oh, so she's famous? That explained how her music managed to resonate so well. Only the pros can manage that. Of course, the same goes for you too, Elliot. What? No way. Just hearing her play makes me realize that I've still got a long way to go. The world of music really is deep. Your mom was a pianist too, wasn't she? Yeah. I remember how she used to play all sorts of stuff for us. She'd always play something fun and lighthearted for me and Fiona whenever we were down. It worked like a charm, always cheering us right up. I bet she did the same for Dad, too. Thanks, Rean. I can see why you brought me here now. You wanted to remind me that music has the power to inspire and help people move on, right? Guilty. It's just a shame I couldn't do it with my own performance, really. That would have been cool. Sorry for sucking. That I should just take that shot right there. Sorry for sucking. And just like put that on my, that should be like my Twitter profile and my game profile and like on the banner for YouTube and everything. It's just like my new motto. Sorry for sucking. It's right here in the game. Like you can't blame me. It's right there. I had to read it. I had to. It's what it is. Don't be so hard on yourself, Rean. Joshua Rean. In fact, you've helped me realize that there's still something I can do for the people of Celtic. Now I just need the time and an ideal opportunity. Give us a shout when that time comes, okay? We'll gladly help you out with what I think is like the most annoying quest if I remember right, but look forward to that. Hee. Right, I think it's about time I had to go at it myself. Listening is nice, and nothing actually beats playing. Works for me. Knowing Elliot wouldn't back down after setting his heart on playing, Rean asked Hammond and the pianist for permission. Fortunately, they were more than happy to agree, and everyone in the restaurant was soon able to enjoy a special performance from him. Unsurprisingly, he played on par with the pianist before him. Both Rean and the customers couldn't help but be fully entranced by the wonderful sound of his music. I liked it. There was an actual new music for that. I feel like over the course of the two games, something like probably 60% of Gaius's scenes have to do with, or not have to do with, but involve the church in some way. And the only time they really don't was when in the first game it had to do with like painting. And I feel like that's a sign that they don't have enough character development for Gaius. When I think about the characters in Class 7, I do feel like he kind of comes up on the short end of the stick in terms of character development. He's got really strong motivations when it comes to Nord, and it's cool that he's like into art and painting, and his dedication to faith is an interesting ploy, but it should only be a portion. I don't feel like outside of those couple of things there's like that much that they've done with him, really. I think Elliot's kind of in the same boat a lot of times with music, but because we are so involved with Elliot's family, like we see General Craig a lot, and we say Fiona, and even in the first game, like there was the whole like, why did you choose to go to Thor's when you obviously love music, and like his whole like, what do I want to do in the future? Because I love music, but I also want to like, I kind of like being a part of Class 7 and all this stuff. Like, he develops as a character, but Gaius, it kind of feels like he's stagnant, if that makes sense. Like, if it's not something to do with Nord or religion or art, there isn't a lot with him. And that seems like a real shame to me, because he's a very cool character. He's not a badly designed character at all. He's just not got the same level of depth. So I hope that we see more in 3 and 4 that help really kind of grow him some more. That should do. Praying like this kind of makes me feel in tune with the wind as well. Well, it is the traditional Nord way of prayer after all. They say that doing so calls forth the voices of the spirits and Idios in order to rid the world of disaster. Of course, how that actually works isn't really explained. I see. It's kind of frustrating to know that all we can really do right now is pray. Rean? Well, this war has brought about so many sacrifices at this point. Whether it'd be the innocent victims or the soldiers who fell in battle. But in the end, there's nothing we can do to stop that. Keldic's proof enough of that. That's why I can't help but feel so frustrated at myself. I understand what you mean. I felt the same way during my time in Nord. There's simply nothing that we can do in the face of such a powerful storm. But that doesn't mean we should stand by idly as we watch the destruction. I know that. But it's just, no one person can make their way through life without help. No one can cover every need, every eventuality. But that's okay, because mankind shows its greatest strength through bonding together. Huh? Those are the words of an old traveling priest who used to visit Nord long ago. In the end, there's only so much we can do alone. However, by accepting this and working together, people can overcome any trial they face. My time with Class 7s led me to believe that this is what he meant. Huh. You're not alone, Rean. You have me and the rest of Class 7, not to mention many other comrades with you. So let's do what we can to prevent any more tragedies like Celtic from happening. You're always so confident, guys. Maybe I should take a few pointers from you. This doesn't change the fact that we've got a tough road ahead of us, though. But knowing I've got all of you by my side makes me confident that we'll pull through. I feel very much the same. Let's walk down that road together, then, and take back our home. Right.
I do not understand the question. I request clarification. You and not my awakener wish to board me?
That's exactly what I want to do. Would that be possible? I don't want to use you to fight or anything like Rean does. I just want to see what it's like inside. Just for a little while, if that's okay.
Is that not possible or something? You said they were secondary contractors, so I was thinking it wouldn't be a problem, but maybe I had the wrong idea.
You do not. It is entirely possible for secondary contractors to board me.
Really?
However, only my awakener is able to operate me as intended. There is no comprehensible reason for anyone else to desire access to my interior.
Huh, it's okay. I don't need to operate you, honest.
Thanks, Valimar. Can you let her inside then?
As you wish.
Oh, what?
Damn it, I knew as soon as this cutscene started that she was gonna end up sitting on his lap inside the cockpit. I knew it. I don't care. I'm not mad or anything. I just knew it. Like, it was one of those. They push her so hard to be the canon character. They push her so hard. I don't like her nearly enough for this. I mean, this is kind of a cute moment, but like, come on. Okay, anyway. It is interesting too that this is all voiced. That's kind of a little surprising.
What?
Valimar, did you really have to pick this position?
While I have more than sufficient room for a human and a familiar to ride in comfort, an extra human does put an unforeseen demand on available space. I am afraid there was not much I could do under the circumstances.
Oh, you are so lying.
It's fine. I guess I can make do for a little while. It's kind of weird sitting like this with you, but I guess I am the one who asked for it. I'll live.
Well, if you're all right with it, I'm sure not going to complain, but...
So this is what Valimar looks like on the inside, huh? It's kind of gloomy, isn't it?
Well, there's not much point in having the front screen on when I'm not actually fighting. I have it up often enough these days, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that much. I can see outside fine when I need to.
Oh, right. It's weird to sit here and think of all the battles you've fought with Valimar. When you fought those Alliance soldats and against Scarlet and Vulcan, you were right where you're sitting now. Even when you fought with Crow.
The fights are always different, but the scenery in here doesn't change much. I'm usually so caught up in the fight that I don't really pay much attention to what it looks like inside here. Celine and Valimar have helped me a lot, though, so I'm getting better at this whole thing, bit by bit.
It's just not fair. We're your classmates and your friends. We're supposed to be fighting alongside each other all the way. But you and Valimar always take on the hardest battles. All we can really do is back you up from the sidelines. And to be honest, it's been on my mind for a while now. It bugs me to feel like we're just not doing enough.
Oh. So that's why you wanted to see what Valimar looked like on the inside?
Yeah. I thought if I could, I'd have a better understanding of what you go through and what it must be like. Looking around, It feels even more isolated than I expected. Lonely, even. Seeing all the things you do from the outside, then seeing what it looks like on the inside, I have to wonder, are you okay with the way things are? Are you okay with putting yourself on the line over and over like this? Shouldering such a huge burden all alone, and even the burden of those lives you weren't able to save?
Lisa, I've never once felt like I was fighting those battles alone. You said it yourself, right? I've got all of you backing me up, either on the ground or on the courageous. Sure, you're not inside Valimar with me, but I know you all have my back. That's why I can keep fighting day after day. In that sense, it's not so different from our days at Thor's.
Well...
You don't have to worry about me, Elisa. As long as I know you're all there and that I can look forward to seeing you again after each operation, I'll fight my hardest and I'll come home the victor. All I ask is that you keep me in your heart and lend me your aid.
Always, Rean.
To admit, this is like, okay, I have to admit this is kind of on the romantic side. And you could totally see this going right into a kiss right now, like make-out session inside of Valimar. It's all the teens are doing it now, you know. Like, forget Make-Out Hill, Make-Out Valimar, let's go. But, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, how much better would, in this, like, okay, if you like Elisa, this scene's great. If you're an Elisa fan, this is, like, the best scene ever. But to me, like, I'm sitting here going, like, I wish this was Laura.
Just don't go doing anything too reckless in here, okay? You're really important to all of us. But especially to me, so...
Elisa...
Is there a problem?
Did he just get cockblocked by Valimar? Make out Valimar session, cockblocked by Valimar. Good job, buddy. He's my best friend for a reason.
What is it, Valimar?
I have detected an abnormal increase in your heart rates. Maintaining optimal health is ideal. I recommend rest and a medical examination.
No, it's okay. We're fine. We're doing... great.
Yeah, never felt better. Thanks for worrying about us, Valimar.
I'm still laughing. I'm sorry, but as much as I don't like Elisa, that whole scene just now went on like the top 10 list of my favorite horrible scenes in RPG games ever. We got cockblocked by Valimar while we were in Make-Out Valimar mode. I can't stop laughing about it. Oh, man.